Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. Vivian Green. So, once again, I see myself talking into this microphone. I really don't know what else to say besides I apologize to any of those that I may have hurt their feelings during my rage outburst. My compulsiveness can sometimes be the best of me, and I can say some of the most hideous things to get a reaction of those that I'm looking to get a reaction out of. I'll say some of the most hateful things as just being compulsory to what people say to me. I can even go as far as saying some of the most outrageous, heinous things just to get a reaction out of those that follow those people, so that way I could gauge what it was that I said that really got to them, and somehow make a better insult out of what I just stated. I'm not perfect. In fact, I never claimed to be. I have a unique outlook, I guess, towards most of the topics that come across my table. I look at these situations and I see other people's opinions. I disagree with them wholeheartedly, and somehow that makes me a bad person. It makes me a terrible person because I don't look and view things the same way as everybody else. It makes me a terrible person because I'm a white male who voted for Donald Trump. Better yet, I'm a terrible person because my politics don't coincide with everybody else that has similar politics, and yet I can still disagree with it 100%. I'm a terrible person because I call out stuff the way it needs to be called out, because at the end of the day, if we don't call these things out and we allow this learned behavior to continue, then how can we as people progress forward and become better than that? I am a terrible person because I expect honesty and integrity around the people around me. I'm a terrible person because all I've ever wanted, more than anything, is to watch society grow and become better than it currently is. I'm a terrible person because I want people to be more analytical in the conversations that take place over the internet, and I want them to understand the ramifications of the stupidity they lay out there. I'm a terrible person because I want to hold people accountable for the bullshit they say here on the internet. I hold them to task like they hold everybody else, and somehow that makes me a bad person. So let me ask you, how does anybody get held to task when it comes to being a critiquing channel, critiquing other channels, and slowly evolving into the very thing you hate? At what point do you say enough is enough? At what point does going after these YouTubers and trying to befriend them and being a part of their circle, at what point does it no longer become worth it when it goes into questioning your own self-worth? Ask this to yourself. Do you dance in the rain? Do you allow yourself to be melded into the situations that could turn out toxic? I have, and I do. But more importantly, I'm trying not to, and I'm trying to evolve and become better. I want to say enough of the bullshit that I've been saying. I want to say enough of pissing off people that I once cared about. I want to say enough of being able to just bounce back on my channel and just have fun with you guys again like I used to. I want to say enough to expect some sort of perfection out of other people when I can't even be perfect myself. And enough of high expectations in general when I can't even do the expectations myself. So, am I an angry person? Am I salty? Am I mad, bro? Yes. But aren't we all? Do we not allow things to get pretty crazy? Do we not allow our own emotions to get the best of us and become compulsory and make things worse because of those compulsions? Do we not sometimes overthink and overanalyze things? Do we not say some of the dumbest things on the internet and then cry wolf when someone calls us out for it? We all do this. The difference between me and some of the other YouTubers you're watching is I'll lay it all out there. I don't need some high-end video edited. I don't need the special effects. I don't need all the bells and whistles just to have you watch me. I know I'm not perfect, and I know what my faults are. You need to ask yourself as a person, as a subscriber to all of us, who do you watch most than anything that paints themselves as being damn near flawless in their logic? And better yet, how many of us have watched people that really flex themselves out to their public? These are things you need to ask yourself. And you have to ask yourself, when is enough is enough? When do we stop treating each other like shit? When do we stop using each other? When do we stop dividing one another over difference in opinions of religion, gaming, and politics? When do we start being real again? When do we start trying to better ourselves? And most importantly, when do we start to accept one another? These things I think about all the time. I know that we're not perfect. But most importantly, I think we need to look at ourselves in the mirror and find out where our integrities lie when it comes to who we are on the internet. Do we want to present an awesome image of ourselves to our public? Do we want to go ahead and pretend we're flawless? Do we want to sit there and pretend like everything is perfect and give our audience perfection? Do we want to give them flawless logic and common sense? Do you want to give them a popular opinion for the sake of being a popular opinion? Or do we just tell our audience like it is? Stop dancing, stop pretending, stop being the things that we aren't. Stop pretending like our lives are so perfect. And stop pretending like we don't get angry and we don't sound arrogant or ignorant in the things that we state here on the internet. Stop pretending that we're the very things that we're not for the sake of entertainment. These, my dudes, are the question that you should be asking yourself.